Can we turn on Jeopardy?
Basically June 1st, 2026.
You can give him, Mike, you can send that Napa bill down.
What file's it going in?
Your Napa pile.
No, I don't think
Not
that.
this.
I know, I didn't come across that, but that's why I'm looking down there.
It's gotta be in the
I
one
didn't
Ben
see the
has.
other bills yet, so I don't know what's going on.
Will you just simmer down there, mister?
Takes me a lot to simmer down, Judy.
Not really.
If you could silence your phone, please, sir.
Silenced.
God, we're all about rules today. Dirt, 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 dirt.
I guess, well, you guys were saying, I got a couple things. You got that 2014 tower access ordinance that we're trying to get a little bit of an, I guess, to enforce. So the latest email here looks like they're at least addressing it from within with that Aerosmith company in regards to National Grid and everyone using the easement up to Macaulay. They're supposed to pay $5,000 a year. And the first sentence here is looks like they're agreeing to that hasn't been paid. So maybe they'll pay it for the first
They
time.
said they were unaware.
Years.
They're unaware.
So I know it's been a
Or
battle.
something, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a battle for a while, I think. But
A long while.
yeah,
So,
so what
where
we
is
did, what
the
we did
agreement for $5,000?
it's in that 2014 ordinance. Brought it up the last couple of meetings. It's a part of the there's a questionnaire that they have to fill out, and there's a lease they have to sign to be able to use it, and then they pay $5,000 a year. And it has there's a bunch of correspondence in past years from it, but this year, we told Chris and Kevin don't let them up that, and that's what's had the employees, workers, however you want to call them, reaching out to their superiors saying that they're not letting us work.
Well, in that, I'd like to see that, because then all that
I should
paperwork.
remember your name's in it. That
Yeah,
one here with the,
yeah.
yeah.
That-
It's a real thing.
But, because I was wondering, because I know that there was a lot of stuff in there about insurance and all that crap
Mhm.
that.
Yep.
Which they're all very happy to do.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like that's not the issue more is the.
Well, 2014, they weren't happy.
Yeah, no, you can give your. Go ahead. You can
But
give
that's,
your.
you know, because they did just respond to Tommy and they were ready to offer us, like what we were asking for, except the holdup was the money. That's what
Mhm.
dropped everyone back, and
We
it looks like that was always the case of your correspondence that I couldn't see Tracy back here, right? Because the insurance price thing.
Well, but the only thing that I would say is if now I'm sorry, you guys.
No, we're listening.
If we're going with 2014 paperwork and they're following through now, well, there should be one hell of an increase since then.
Correct.
Some sort of a percentage every year. I
Well,
mean,
you
this
have-
started a long time ago, and we asked for a lot of things, and they fought it and fought it and fought it.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fry, unfortunately,
I get that, but I can. At this point, we can only enforce what's in place. So right now, the 5,000 that 2014 ordinance is in place. You know.
well, let's, okay, I'm gonna work on,
Another one to look at.
yeah, for an increase for the future.
Yeah.
Because they've been getting away with murder up there for a long time. I can
Yeah.
tell you.
Interestingly enough, the two gentlemen we have spoken to on the phone have been very adamant about staying on top of it and making sure that they do pay. And then,
But I think also.
you know,
when we
don't
look-
sell it.
I'm sorry, but when we look at that, like what you say we should raise it, we should really look at what we're expecting from that 5,000, like how we came up with that money. Because I noticed some of the wording that made me nervous in the ordinance was that they expected us to keep them getting to the top. And I know that's kind of controversial, right?
Right,
So how
right.
do we
Apple and
come up with
apple.
that?
Okay.
It's an important part, I think, of going
File.
forward. But, you know, not that it, but I do, when we look at it.
Yeah, no, perfect, because there's road maintenance, there was a
I'll take
lot of
that.
things in there.
You take that.
Calculation.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
You take
Mike
I
gets
guess
none
that's
again?
what I'm saying, we better be ready to defend the calculation.
Fine.
Yeah,
I hope I have stuff on
Yeah.
written
Well,
on that.
I've been putting.
Yeah, you do in that file that you get, that folder that you gave me.
Oh.
It's been, probably been 8 months since I've looked at it. It's been a while.
So you have all that file.
I do have that.
Ah, good.
Good. Alright.
And I've been sharing the
No, I
ordinance.
had-
and all
So,
that
It's
stuff.
been a while since I've,
because you know, like when we, is, for getting water to Gray Lake and that, we, do isn't the cost of living every year is the raise or something? And the same with our lease for the snowmobile property, it's always cost of living every year, it's whatever, 2%, 3%, whatever that is the increase. So it kinda should be something like that, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Should be something.
Totally up for discussion. I'm
something.
I'm just enforcing the current.
No, I appreciate it, really, cause yeah, no, it's,
Yeah.
it would be nice to do that on our street.
We'd have to do the whole thing, schedule a public hearing, you know.
What's that?
I said it would have been nice to do that at our street.
Give us the fact.
Yeah.
Know that,
yeah.
just enforce what you have.
So how many,
Correct.
it's just National Grid you got on those?
So I think they use this company Aerosmith, AIRO, Smith, Aerosmith. I talked about that.
Sort of like the band, but not.
Yeah. So they use Aerosmith to kind of oversee all this stuff. National Grid does, Frontier Communications does, Verizon, Spectrum. They all use Aerosmith to stay on top of this with the contractors that are doing the work up there. And that company is the one who seems to be missing out on doing what they're supposed to do in regards to ordinance number 1 of 2014. I think it's number 1 too.
They're a third party to oversee subcontractors, is all. So, they are.
Well, that would be nice to at least get 5,000 from each one that uses that, good God. We paid more than that in the, probably in that lawsuit from the one guy from National Grid. Angle or something up there.
So anyway, keep you updated. We haven't gotten to pay me yet, nor any of those questionnaires filled out. So every single person that's reached out, there's another electric company that last one that we shared the same email.
What, and we had one with the county too, but that might be a totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
The county and the 911 are not, they're not requesting payment from.
Yeah, emergency services.
Oh, I thought about it.
It's not the same. Alright.
Couple things for Tuesday. You got thing in here that Jay's asking for. Removal of a part in our building permits, which basically we sent over to Brian. Try and schedule a public hearing on that to amend the requirement of we don't require a building permit for less than 144 square feet at the moment, and he would like that to be amended so that we do require a permit for a one-story detached structure. So Brian's gonna get us the language on that. The numbers would stay in order, he recommended, because they're throughout the document, so it would be like at the end of 212-4B1, it would just say like repeal or something along those lines.
What does he want to go down to?
Right.
Requesting a permit for a structure of a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 12.
He wants to remove that completely.
So
You would need a permit for any
for
structure.
anything.
That
If I
is,
did anyway.
yes, Lord, I think that's why I want it removed.
Because of why?
Typically,
I missed.
yeah.
Why is he
I
want?
mean, typically in most municipalities, it's 120 square feet. You don't
Yeah.
need a structural permit for. You still have to follow the setback lines like a shed. You
Yeah.
still have to follow setback lines.
It's just his request. We don't
Yeah.
just looking at it. It came into. I found out about it today.
I mean, yeah.
Very new.
It's only 10 by 20, it seems.
Oh,
Well, it's only 10
yeah, because I thought like if you put a porch on,
140.
a 10 by 20 porch, you gotta have a permit. I thought you had to do that anyway.
Well, you do. That would be
Yeah.
200.
Anything
Oh,
less than 100
Yeah.
Oh.
feet.
Anything that's less
Oh.
than. So it'd be like 10 by 14.
Well,
You don't
so
really-
I thought you had to get a permit.
So, I mean, yeah. I gotta.
What do you think?
I mean, as long as they follow, I mean, I don't know if you should have to essentially pay for it, but just like notification that you have to.
I
So you
think
meet all the setbacks, like it's more enforcing it to make sure that people are following the setbacks and things like that, and not adding on a 10 by 14 little addition to their house that's all of a sudden now they're within the setbacks,
Right.
you know.
And how about structurally? I mean, it has to follow something, doesn't it? Or not?
Yeah.
I think at Jay's request, there's so much madness
10 by
out there.
14,
He's trying to get it a little more documented. You know,
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah, because like right now, you could go down to Home Depot, buy a 10 by 12 shed and throw it up into your yard
You can put it on there.
wherever you want.
Okay,
Yep.
Right.
And rent it out.
Yeah,
And,
can't really do that.
but I guess it'd be more of just allowing them to know,
Yeah, I hear you.
you know. I don't think it should be the same exact as a building permit, but it should be just a simple
Like
form.
a small structure permit or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It should be a different kind of application. Say, hey, well, this is what I'm doing. Kind of deal. Go from there.
Yeah, so that way you do follow at least the setback lines
Yeah, because if some,
and all that.
Yeah, you got, probably where, you're probably exactly right. Where he's coming from is he wants to be, put an eye on things. I mean,
right.
whatever that size
I mean,
was. Wonder if you're a foot over. Okay.
Yeah,
now-
make
now
that
they're
a
not
permit for
in
our
that
gazebo out
parameter.
there.
Because yeah, just have it and be a separate, different form that says, all right, it's $10 to fill out to do versus filling out a building permit and paying it based on your square footage or the cost of project, because that's how they figure the cost of the permit. Just have it be just a simple separate form.
I'll have him put something in writing to elaborate on
What he
that.
really wants.
It
Yeah.
just came in today.
Yeah.
And I got Hannah was gonna try and be here tonight, but she went to ball game, watch her kid play. Just want to make sure that the lawyer got back to her on the Park Ave
Yeah, and she just wants to make sure
daily event.
right, make sure everybody reads that so that maybe we can move forward on Tuesday, right?
And that would be similar to a policy update, you know, just a quick resolution to vote on.
I like that. I think I read it.
The internet up at Macaulay, ongoing too.
Yeah, so I was just looking at that.
Chris is here too to help.
Yeah, which Starlink did you purchase for up there?
So we have a commercial account with them. It started out with 500 gigabytes and now, or 50 rather, sorry. You can buy 50 by the 50 or buy a 500 one. I don't have a lot of my stuff in front of me, so I can't.
Yeah, why did you-
quote you the price on it, but it was like $200 for the 500. And then plus other associated fees, which is why I got rid of Frontier. Actually,
Yeah, so you did get the commercial up there
Yeah.
at 1,300.
I sent that out and then I thought I sent that in the even though I had like two paragraphs that mean.
Yeah, you got
I got one.
Starlink's available,
I have.
50 gigabytes per month for $55.
Well,
And if you look at
that's
that,
for so that's the base of local priority. So you can go to local priority 500 gigs a month.
Yeah.
It's 155. Or you can go to local priority 1 terabyte for 280. You know, instead of paying in the 50 gig block range.
So
Why
where
wouldn't
that
we?
came from is that was the recommendation we had to start with. So we used it and gimped through the first month. That wasn't, me just picking a number, that was one that John Clark had suggested we would be fine with. And then we're realizing that that's not the case. So, instead of jumping right in, going from 50 to 500 or beyond, plus all those associated fees with that, which would come out to over 200 a month, which seems a little high to me. Like if we were just gonna go off that right there, Frontier is already like beating the Starlink price.
But the internet's
and for-
not as.
But
With
the,
no
but the
internet,
service is
with
probably
no
better,
service.
right?
I don't know that that's true, cause I'm having not the, like, I'm not 100% sure that's true. So that's why we're just like taking a month to see where we're at. Our upload speeds are pretty slow compared to even what we had on Frontier.
Who was just talking about that? Was that Danny that was saying? Somebody was talking about?
And Spectrum is
Upload
able
speeds
to
are
get
really
to us
bad.
and they won't be able to get.
Well, yeah,
Can
you
do
need,
really.
they can,
Like, we're like 1,000.
but with a commercial, they're
Maybe
better.
100 feet farther away than they need, whatever it is, too expensive to get to that. So right now, and then we're just, we're waiting for all the numbers to come in to see what to do next. I have researched it and I know that there's options with Starlink, but like I said, I didn't feel the right option was to jump to the $500, $200, package right now and still, without, it's like a big jump if we didn't need to. So, I'm not so sure 100 wouldn't be better.
How about-
Because we have that.
What if you could get like, a quote to put in front of us that actually had like maybe it's a year contract, maybe it's 6 months, maybe there's no contract.
There's
Maybe-
not, it's a month.
So maybe we could just try
Yeah,
the Starlink with,
Well,
with the
yeah,
commercial
I-
package.
Yep, and it would.
Well, right now it's not adequate though,
But with
right?
more, yeah,
With
you're
more.
gonna
I
have to
don't
bump
know.
it up.
I don't know, it wasn't last month, so I bumped it
Yeah.
up for this month. I
Okay.
haven't had it drained.
So that's
out
what you're
yet.
doing right now, you're doing a test.
Monitoring it,
Right,
seeing
okay.
what we need, going forward.
Thanks.
So I felt like it was a little overkill to jump into a $200 plan if
I know, but you can change it whenever you want, month to month,
Yeah.
at no
I
cost. So
know
I
I can
think you should
change it in a
do.
minute if I run out on what I've got right now.
But then you're paying a lot more for.
I think the unfortunate circumstances of where we live is
My
that it's
question
still.
next, I'm just
So
waiting.
matter
you don't
where you
think
are.
so then? Because like I can add for $25 a glimpse, it doesn't save money when I'm sorry, I don't have it with me, but it didn't save money to not do it piece by piece, it wasn't like a big savings if I went to the big block. So that's why I was just gonna try to taper it in to see what it is that will require, adding it just piece by piece, sort of tailoring it to our needs instead of doing the whole block. Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna cost me more money doing it the way that I am compared to doing it that
So
other
the way
way.
that I'm hearing is you're gonna just keep trying to get your point, like, oh yeah, this really works. We're at this point.
Yeah, or start it at that point and then, okay, we got everything up and running, this is what we actually need for it.
I
And
won't
bring
know
it down
that
to
if I
here.
jump into the big block though, and it won't give you credit for what you just buy it. It's not gonna back down and say you only use this much.
Yeah, and then over time, they'll give deals where you can customize and just pay for what you use. Too. Over time.
Well, maybe.
You gotta wait for
I only
emails
know the
for people,
conversations
so.
that I've had with them regarding like our specific case. I don't know how to research it any more
So-
than that. Like we started chat with them and it's not like I can call a
Yeah.
customer service rep, right? So
Why don't we try and, bump it up some more, at the same time coordinate with John Clark too, to make sure he can actually come up and hook the cameras on in that month window that we bump it up. Because that's the other part of it too, is seeing how much the cameras will.
So I don't know that was what wasn't working with the cameras from like, unless somebody has
That's-
talked to John and.
That's what he told me,
That
yeah.
you didn't have enough power behind it?
There was not enough internet.
Yeah, for the Frontier, or since we went to Starlink?
No, with the Starlink,
Oh, okay.
cause he was up there a few
Yeah,
weeks ago.
I was there when he was there.
Mhm.
Does he have a suggestion? Does he work with anybody else that has Starlink to what they might need?
No.
His
Maybe we could just
suggestion
ask him.
was what we went on.
Okay, well, maybe now he's
Yeah,
work with
yeah.
someone who
No,
has.
I'll have a conversation.
Well, his original suggestion was another interesting thing, in talking to a former board member, was with the Adirondack Tech deal that was negotiated. They were part of that deal supposedly, which I haven't looked at yet, was that we were getting internet up Macaulay provided by them. And then this year, in talking to them, they're the ones who suggested Starlink, and probably to try and
Yeah.
deflect.
Starlink's
But,
gonna
but to
save
be
our
honest
money.
with you, if you look at the quotes that I just recently
I had
got,
it
that
for
this
5
year
years.
that they offered was twice the speed for half the cost of what it was before, and I don't know if that's because Verizon is now like their parent company.
Yeah,
But when I had the conversation, when I talked to the Frontier, the customer service rep said the plan that I have in that one email would double the speed from what we had before, which was adequate for me to run the office. I don't know if it's good enough for John to run the cameras. But yeah, there's and it was cheap compared to the Starlink, so.
I think most importantly, cost or not, just having proper
Yeah.
internet up there for all that's needed is
Yeah, that's-
priority one, and we'll just leave it at that and look into it some more tomorrow, you know?
Sure.
Can I ask a question about this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Michael?
For it.
Technical. Anyways, so this was all about the cameras at first, but if somebody goes up there and wants to get online for all that stuff, and I mean, and the TV, all that stuff, is this all the same thing?
Yeah, it'd be.
Well, if we didn't have an open Wi-Fi to the chalet last year, and we survived. So that.
But people are gonna want that, right?
If we have internet up there, we should have it, yes.
Right.
Yeah, we should have internet up there.
So
Emergencies or.
where I'm going with this question is all this talk, why don't you just go with the freaking best you can get and say that it works?
Right, get the
Yeah,
cameras
that's-
rolling, get everything rolling.
Or,
It's a lot easy. It's a lot easier and faster to
Gonna
start
take less
here
months.
and work down here than to just keep like this and start
Well,
up
we've
here
only
to
had
figure
one
out
full
what.
month there too, Ben, with Starlink. So
Yeah, no. I'm just
Right.
just
So we
saying.
had
And if we need to get the
you know.
cameras going, we need to get all of our stuff, just get it going. About it a lot.
'cause I'm just asking a question that, I have a funny feeling with the stuff the way it is, people are gonna wanna get on,
I'll get an,
do all that stuff that you do with your phones and your
I'll have
laptops and
Dawn
all that
or-
crap.
or I can send an email to John tomorrow and just say, hey, do you have anything further on that with the Starlink, you know, like,
Yeah.
is there a minimum,
That the first recommendation did not work, so
Yeah.
where do we go from here to
We
run
bump it
everything
up.
we need?
will it work? We get these hooked up. I'm assuming it would, so hopefully.
And Spectrum's not up there?
No, not anymore,
No, they were never up there.
no.
They offered that, Chris? Spectrum said they could do something?
They run a wire up
said
there.
What they consider the red zone, so
I know,
flat
it's
out.
like, why can't we just connect to the cords? I don't know, it's
It's 100 and, or.
it's a frustrating thing.
1,900 feet away from the nearest thing. Or whatever
Okay.
it was.
Cause all the
Yeah.
communications
Somebody
are
would have
just
to-
going,
Very rural.
To do that.
they're all going to
Am I
the,
missing
I'm not
something here?
Yeah,
Why is it
Uh,
6129?
I guess that's why I'm a little lost. Sorry
Get it
about the
straightened
stupid
out.
questions, but I'm,
No, it's not stupid, we're just in a unique spot. The
Right.
question I always had was why are the
Am I
internet
missing something?
services so available at the top of the mountain and I?
that's,
right,
Very
yeah.
often.
Yeah,
that's-
Like I can run to the
Dawn.
top of the mountain in 10 minutes.
Come down.
All right, we'll figure that out.
all right.
We're, it's ongoing. We'll find some adequate internet there.
It won't,
It won't,
because the
why?
town pays a portion of it, and the town pays a portion of it.
So we pay more.
So this is what the.
Oh, they do it at this?
Yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
and it
Needed
changes-
clarification.
it usually changes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Well, we put some more mulch down to the playground, huh? Ooh, put a lot of mulch down there.
Guys have anything on, I know we got a meeting on Tuesday, but it'd be nice to get the publication out Wednesday for request for proposals there for Macaulay.
Did much change on that? I mean, did we see the end result on that one?
It's kind of a combination of the one that you prepared there, Judy and Chris and Kevin. I know Ben was in on it. The only questions I had were the start of concessions hours, which I think was in your document, Judy. Cause the lift operates 9 AM to 4:10 PM, so if we just added 8:30 AM to 5:30 PM, that should clear that up.
Okay.
And then, just some wording with the sentence here, coordinating with Macaulay Management to provide services that may extend outside normal operational hours or require menu variations for events and peak season demands. Just a small edit there. Moving propane down below food and beverage costs, so it's not in the same line.
Perfect.
And then deadline, I thought, I don't think there was too much discussion on that, but I just saw it and thought maybe it should be Friday, July 31st.
End of the month.
Yeah, instead of July 1st, just because give maybe some
We're a
more.
little behind.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the selected bidders will be scheduled for interviews with Macaulay Mountain Management and Townwood board members. And then there's a small edit there with people can submit questions to the above email, which is Chris's email, no later than July 20th instead of June 20th. That's all I had, and I think it correlates pretty well with Ryan's. You know, that's what through the resolution there from last month's Tuesday meeting, where it's just see who we get. Try and straighten out the lease, but I thought the lift ticket prices for the events was pretty clear to me, like when and how busy the chairlift is when you look at that, in like the fourth page of this document or whatever it is.
Pretty busy.
Sorry, Chris, what were you gonna
Oh,
say?
no, I didn't mean to interrupt you, just the, and it's a technical spot, but the propane specifically for the fryers and the stoves and the kitchen area. Because we do run propane to other things in the chalet, so in the document that you had, you said you dropped it away from the food and beverage area, just.
There's a question mark, like should we drop it? I didn't really
Well,
care.
well, just keep it with the kitchen. It should be somewhere within there.
Yeah, because they don't want to pay our whole propane.
Is
No,
it-
they're not.
The different cylinder right there outside the kitchen.
Yeah, it's even a different, it's actually even a different.
It's a different
company,
Yeah.
too, so it's perfectly like separated, segregated,
Yeah.
so. That's, I want to pay the propane for the whole chalet, that'd be beautiful.
You know, and just to get into that some more with the events and the coordination as we move forward, the year-round lease people, it's
Silly things.
crazy how many people are on that chairlift the last 3 weekends we run it,
Yeah.
1,017, 1,448, 1,027 the last 3 Saturdays.
Literally get there, just open the window and you don't have time to like have a drink.
Yeah.
You're just like people are experienced right through. It's I never experienced it. Last year was my first year there doing it. It's way to draw.
Some more of the discussion was, or something that I was getting, I guess, informed on was most mountains that are doing weddings and stuff, they have like a different spot for their weddings, not necessarily right in their chalet where their kitchen and concessions are. So like they can kind of do 2 things. So, but we can dive into all that as we looking at proposals and,
I think that's why we said it's gonna be a little wonky the first year to figure it all out.
you know,
And we
Well, I
will.
mean, they don't get, a lot of times they don't get married in the chalet, but they use the facilities of the chalet.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Well, I can say, speaking of the facility, and I said this to Tom earlier, I 100% agree with trying to use the mountain more and making it better. But I would like to see, and maybe you guys talk to Chris and Kevin and say, you guys, can you start throwing some stuff together to maybe tiling the bathrooms and make them
bathrooms.
Oh my God, they're disgusting.
horrible? I'm
I
sorry.
agree with that.
Some nice tile work in that. It's not that hard to do.
Well, we could,
Come budget
I
time.
just-
yep, thanks, Judy.
Yep, budget time.
I just think it's needed if we're gonna try to use the place and make it easier to clean, all the above.
And it's,
definitely-
and it's just so nice too, because I think when I came on the board, everybody was saying, and Kevin was in agreement that we can't do this, we can't do that. There's so many can'ts. There's actually so many yeses. There's less can'ts to that mountain than yes. You know, we can sell merchandise. We have to collect New York State sales tax. I talked to the state comptroller. We can sell stuff. We could, not saying that we ever will, we could run the rental shop ourselves and employ town employees to do that. all these things that have never been done in the past can be done, that I have found out. We can have events there as in a town. We can do these things. That mountain sits underutilized. I'm not saying do it all today or tomorrow, because then we'd be into pudding that we don't want to be into, but slowly going forward. There's many things, if the mountain team wants to do it, that they can.
Well, that first impression we had was you can't do all that
Right,
stuff. And that
exactly.
was like, oh,
And then you find out, you dig deeper
Finding
and
out.
talk to the bigger people, and you find out that you
That
can.
you can.
Yeah. But you can't. So events would just have to have a Philadelphia rider on them, which would be about $300 extra. If, as a town, we held our own events up there at the mountain.
and they wanted to sell shirts and that, I mean.
If they want to do it, they can do it. Just got to collect sales tax.
Just gotta go
Yep.
at the budget time, say you,
Yep.
whatever, you wanna order this many shirts and,
Shirts can kill you too, though. Be careful of that one.
oh yeah, we sell a lot of shirts in McCully, or at the CAA stuff, and there's times that
get
we have
burned on
boxes.
Sell a lot of
sometimes.
shirts in my
You gotta
store,
give 'em
coffee
away.
mugs. Sell a lot of coffee mugs. I mean, just different things.
Yeah.
But
So
you
difference, like I won't put.
you can do it, and it's advertising.
Well, yeah, and certain
You're gonna look at
events,
it.
I mean, that's
I won't.
very true, and they won't, with saying McCully, they're not gonna go bad year after year. It's-
No.
Right, but.
I'm not changing the name. are we?
But it is a good idea. I mean, people have always asked about stuff
The
like that.
bathrooms, I got a question for anyone here if has got any input on it. Is there a spot for like a bathroom like hut or something to maybe be built on the backside of one of the kitchens or other existing bathrooms between your office or the chalet, where like it would take away the whole chairlift people having to enter into the chalet, like, you know, if we build like some brick,
Yeah.
that's
I think-
that's
I
maybe
think
it's
it would
not
be an
winterized or
amazing-
something, you know.
Amazing idea. It
could
all
budget for
go
that.
up to Chris and Kevin no more with the septic and the leach field is that kind of a, but
You'd have
Maybe
to,
it
well,
could happen.
you would have to add to the cost of it. You'd have to add to it. You'd probably be better off just having a couple of porta potties for the summer extra.
Yeah.
Up there. I mean, it's
Yeah, you can get those real nice ones.
yeah. Until you move
You could put 'em
forward
in a
with
hut,
a
hut.
whole new chalet and have a big enough bathroom
State fair
system to
does.
accommodate, it'd be.
Will they come on the golf
yeah,
course?
those are nice ones.
Like hole number 5's got one.
Comfort.
Comfort stations on the golf course.
Yes.
Nice
Also,
little.
Just
I sent the email, I think to you, Kevin, just before I left the house. The CAA, Lori forwarded it to me, is getting called, the porta potty people that do a porta john up there for the mountain bike trails in the summer. We're looking for the CAA to pay for it, but we don't pay for that. Do you guys usually pay for that? There's a one by the mountain bike trails.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just had a conversation with Scott today and we ordered it, so it should be here today or tomorrow, I guess, is when the lady was gonna give me a call back.
Okay.
And I guess I assumed it would be on my budget.
Yeah, Lori was just, she sent me an email, she said, can you ask someone, because the lady called her looking for payment, so
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
it was
she
just a
was
confusion of
trying
who's
to
paying for it, that's all.
Find out.
Yeah, okay.
Who had, picked up the bill.
Last year, didn't we?
I think, well, I thought that
Because
they
we
were.
paid for the one up there and down at the bottom.
Yeah.
With the hut, with
I
the
seem to
hut.
remember a bill for that.
CAA used to do one for the festival, the mountain bike festival, but not here.
yeah, for
Yeah, and they do add them, when they had the mountain bike festival, they add to that one, they put like
Right.
5 or 6 of them up there.
Yeah.
I think it's like for some reason, like it's something to do with the dues.
What about, Tom, the letter from that company on the solar field, are we doing that Tuesday or today?
The
Solar panel?
oh, that was just the, where's that thing? The Chester.
Yeah, but we gotta
Yeah.
get back to him.
I don't even know.
Oh, after you put one in, no.
No,
I'm a no.
I'm a no, solid no if you
I'm
want.
a no too. We don't, we've been asked that, we don't have to, I don't think we have the acreage anyways unless you clear a huge, that's gonna make any difference, but I.
Especially off of, I'm not doing a 25 plus acre clear cut on 36 Joy Track Road. Sorry.
So what's that?
The clear cut is 20, he wants to do a 25 acre clear, or 25 acre solar farm on 36 Joy Track, I think is what it said.
Which is part of the mountain bike trails,
Not happening.
not happening. People come here not to see
I think I
that.
just shared the
People
correspondence.
look around it everywhere else.
Yeah.
There's I think Thursday, state legislation might come out
And one of those that I didn't
on
sign.
data centers.
I don't think so, no.
I signed them all.
Oh, maybe that.
Having a moratorium on those too for statewide.
Yeah.
I know we're on battery energy storage system.
I know the solar fields, as long as it's on town land, we can say no, but, going forward, we might wanna do one for those just in the park, not for personal people's houses, they can do what they want, I'm not getting into all that, of course. Something to think about.
We had a proposal, it was Nick Bankard's brother or something, a while ago. That was down, like, say, from this side of McCully Mountain Road going in, all the way down the hill to where the old highway garage was, that whole hill. You can put him in there, but it wasn't enough to produce even that much acreage, putting it on the side of that hill.
What they say will
Wasn't
come
enough to
back the
do
money,
anything.
it's like pennies to the taxpayer,
It
what
was-
comes back,
yeah, it
it's
was
not worth knocking down
totally
our
not
trees
worth
and wrecking our life.
Wait, this is one of Brian's for right.
Yeah. We got anything else?
Indian Road thing you might want to take a look at. That's kind of a cruddy situation for the property owner there. We had that deal where we were selling town land to him. It was like 2 years ago. We all walked it, and Fulton Chain Hotel deed doesn't allow us to sell it. So property owner's just looking for some other alternatives. That's the Indian Road thing.
Well, if the deed says we can't sell it, then we can't sell it.
Yep.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. Did I sign all my files?
So I do have something for you, Tom.
What do you got? Hit me with it.
Well, there's been discussions on a whole bunch of things going on, but for a while there was a lot of discussion about sewer, and then I haven't heard boo about sewer.
I talked about it for a while Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday's meeting, May 12th.
Are we, I guess the question was, are we borrowing money for that amount of money?
485K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got it. Corey Reed, we got to engage back with him to figure out what kind of, the WIA fully going forward that. We've got the bonds all kind of organized and whatnot. We've got that $1 million. But that's the biggest one is the 485K. I mean, we also don't have to pay that now. Like it's pay as you go sort of situation. And
Did we apply for that loan, I guess? Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Well, I guess, is that the direction? I don't remember
we have the Northern
saying
Borders
that we're
Grant
all
Board.
in favor of doing it. I didn't remember who we're asking to get the money from. I don't remember interest rates and nothing.
The CFA survey that was handed over, we hope to make that a major part of it. That fund we opened up, the community foundation out of Herkimer County. I met with Nick Grimmer when he was up there from that organization. Got a phone call back to him. That's for donations to be accepted on behalf of strictly the Old Forge Sewer District. So.
And how do we get that out, that we did that, besides the meeting?
What's that?
Do we advertise, I mean, how else do we get that out to people to know?
I think the
Eventually.
Herkimer County Community Foundation works with a lot of local donors and folks like that. And, I think it all the paperwork's in. Jenny filled that out. So
And then we're just rolling forward with our current procurement policy? I was thinking about that the other day, we were talking.
yeah.
Okay,
We got our first Macaulay mountain bike invoice today from Blue Line Trail Design, the company we accepted the bid for, and reached out to Sunshine Jenkins today and Robin Hill, bless you, Donna. And trying to clean that whole ordeal up. Move forward on that, get that closed up.
Those guys are getting eaten by bugs up there.
She,
All getting eaten by bugs and more
her
bugs.
first question was in regards to the procurement, so it's like,
Yeah.
Well, and that,
We
is that,
gotta-
is it suitable? I mean, are
certainly gotta
are we
update our-
okay with that, or do, I mean, I'm all for doing whatever we have to do to make these things work. I don't know what that is, but if we need to have a meeting about talking about it, we need to do that. I mean, if we got a.
Because it went to the attorney, then it came back, but then it didn't go back, or it came back again, I don't know, that's what I was saying.
I shared it with
We did-
everybody. When
No,
it-
we did 72, then we put the 72 in, and then that came back, but then there was something not right, but then that's where I kinda lost track of it, to be
I
quite
shared
honest.
one of the lawyers in Brian's firm, the one that I forget her name she came back with. It just was kind of the same version of ours that didn't include any federal and state funding, CF 201, CF 201, and all that stuff. CFR.
And then did you go back to ask her to add that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're just waiting. Alright,
Didn't really. And there was questions every time I was trying to add something more to it to make it fit the needs of the town before we voted to update it. So. But the sewer plant, I mean, yeah, the Corey, we all authorized the signature of that updated 3 out of 6 points of concern plan, and now they're designing it, and they hope to have the design done by the end of the year. They haven't put in an invoice. There's nothing there for funding, and a major part of that contract is the actual construction, not the design of it. It's $293,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess that's where I was going with that question.
That CFA, that survey that was put out to all the department heads, board members, that will help the whole like apply for all scenario that we're going with. That CATS call I keep talking about, community assistance team call that we scheduled with EFC, Northern Borders, Community Development Block Grant. Kyle Wilbur is the gentleman who awarded us the Northern Borders grant, so we can't apply for more funding from them until we've used 75% of the current grant we have. The Community Development Block Grant, we're not really the most qualified for that because of where we stand with household median income in the sewer district, and the state, our sewers in, like, the fact that we have funding and the fact that these guys are fixing it as we go, and there's not like it's not leaking into our lake, river, like that's where they kind of jump in. So, and then EFC, yeah, I've said that, they said that we qualify, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna be awarded. And they suggested that we do the in-kind labor and phase it out, and Corey Reed was in on that call.
Right.
I think Ben was too, or Mike.
were you in on that
I
call?
think I remember some of that.
I was
Likewise.
in a bunch called
Yeah.
Corey.
So hopefully, they're working on it. Yeah.
We usually hear from Corey, that's why I was just kind of curious. Cause he stalled out. But I'll call him.
Yeah.
Call him up.
How much was it?
I'll give him a jingle.
We're gonna bond the whole thing.
And we're good with the request for the rehearsal dinner, we figured it all out. I mean, I know, I looked at the email, I was good, and,
Yeah, I looked at some old documents too,
yep,
and it was always just
I'm
like
gonna abstain because I'm gonna be attending.
okay.
Stevie Hughes kind of back then was like, the way that that was like his request. He was preferred back then to
Okay.
not dive too far into the season with events because of the chairlift season and how busy it got. So
But the
those
chair's
guys thought it was
closed by then,
okay,
right?
and well, no, the chair's not closed. It's September.
No, closed by the time
Time of
the
day.
rehearsal dinner starts, I knew that,
So
no.
the only tricky part, is is gonna be the cleaning of the chalet and the bathrooms, which is at back-to-back times with when they're starting. So, I mean, I will do our best, but
They're aware of it.
yeah,
Everybody that rents is always aware of it, right?
well, yeah, yep. We like to have it looking great when someone's taking possession of it. This one might be a little bit trickier to do, that's all. It might overlap a little bit. We'll do our best.
Alright. The best is all we can all do.
We always call Ricky too and have him on standby for that day.
Probably wouldn't hurt. You know,
Not a bad idea.
Friday the 18th weekend is not. It's like the beginning of the fourth busiest weekend of the fall for the chairlift. That weekend is if you that lift ticket thing. If you guys,
I think Ricky has Fridays off.
yeah, Don mentioned this Friday's off, so we'll figure it out.
We're fine, we have plenty of people
Yeah,
to
we'll be
cover it.
good.
It's not a number of people, it's just the time. You know, they wanna be in at 4, you have people leaving at 5, you can't shut it down to clean, so I'm sure that
It'll be coming.
yeah.
Alrighty.
I think they're all signed.
wonderful.
Great job. Any questions?
Happy
Concerns?
30th, Dawn.
Thank you.
Welcome.
30 years.
That's a gold star for you
Yeah.
and Kyle both. Yes.
Where are you guys going to dinner?
Oh, I don't know, cause I didn't think we could get out this quick.
18, yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Does.
Set.
Doesn't sound bad.
Hot dogs on the grill.